This week on Just Killing Time.
But if it wouldn't be for that cactus, we wouldn't have even seen that buck, I doubt.
That's all deer right there. Thank you, brother.
Grab your gear and come on with us, heading out from dawn to dusk. Get 'em in your sights and let it fly. Amped up to close the deal and a pocket full of tags for filling. One thing I could say keeps me alive, just killing time.
This is Just Killing Time, presented by Anderson Manufacturing. Just Killing Time is brought to you by Heater Bodysuit, Landmaster UTV, Hard Impact Penetrator Arrows, Game Sled, Seymour Sight Systems, True Lock Choke Tools, Camp Shelf, Alps Outdoors, High Mountain Seasoning, Hunting Sports Plus, American Whitetail Targets, Night Muzzleloaders, 30-06 Outdoors, Scorpion Crossbows, and Deer Haven Trophy Bucks. Closed captioning of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Invisible.
Deer Haven. Deer Haven.
Deer Haven.
Deer Haven. Deer Haven.
Deer Haven Trophy Bucks is 3,500 acres of the best whitetail habitat you'll see in North America. We're 1.5 miles from Illinois and 1 mile from Missouri, right on the Ohio and the Mississippi River.
Folks, for those of you that have asked in the past about joining Buck and I in a deer camp, well, here's your opportunity.
That's right, folks. We got a 3-day late season black powder hunt, December 12th, 13th, and 14th, out in western Kentucky with Deer Haven Trophy Bucks. And I tell you, Brett has the deer.
That's right, 12th, 13th, and 14th, 2012. A portion of each hunt that Brett books goes to help Hunters for the Hungry. Folks, this is your opportunity to join Buck and I in camp and share in all the bull.
We hope to see you there.
Absolutely.
Intense quality deer management combined with great habitat plus low hunting pressure equal a great hunting experience. The high hunter success rates and the size of the deer taken are proof it's worth the trip.
Check my website, DeerHavenTrophyBucks.com. Look at some of the fine trophies we've taken over the past years, and give me a call at 270-334-3748. I'm Brett Wilson. Look forward to meeting you. If I haven't seen you already, then you're missing out on a good trip.
After your hunt, then you'll understand why everybody is saying
Deer Haven. Deer Haven.
Deer Haven.
Deer Haven. Deer Haven.
Max, what do you got the table all cluttered up with here, man?
Man, that's not clutter. That is stuff. And it's stuff that we're going to give away to somebody.
What do you got here, man?
Well, I got Alps packs, Alps duffel bags, and I got some Invisible. I got one of the Mighty Light game sleds. And we got a lot more stuff besides what's on the table. It wasn't all fit here that we're going to give away.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. Folks, with that being said, let's get into this week's hunt. Myself and Max, we're in North Dakota, and it's cold. We're hunting some big muleys with the 3 affiliated tribes on Fort Berthold out there. So let's get right into the action.
Hey, this time you got a real cameraman, me.
Well, folks, it's our first official day out here in North Dakota. Myself and Max hunting some mule deer, and it's a cold one. It's 1 degree when we left the truck. It's supposed to get up about upper 20s today, but it's 1 degree this morning. Anyway, this is beautiful country out here. We're at Fort Berthold. We're here with the 3 affiliated tribes up here in Newtown, North Dakota. It's a beautiful country. We're not sure what's going on. The deer numbers are down. They had a real bad winter last year. So me and Max are probably going to have to hunt our tail off to find a couple good mule deer to take back with us to Virginia. So y'all hang in there with us, tag along with us. We're going to put some miles on today.
about a mile into our morning walk, Buck spots the first mule deer of the trip.
Oh yeah, he ain't much. Forky. Little Forky.
Over the course of the next few hours, we covered a few more miles and saw several mule deer does. After which, we never saw another deer the rest of the day. We did, however, get to spend some time in some of the most beautiful country God ever created.
Folks, it was a little slow out there on day one, but I tell you what, me and Max, we put on a few miles and we saw some beautiful country. Y'all stick around. We'll be right back in just a moment with day two.
This segment of Just Killing Time is made possible by Alps Outdoors and High Mountain Seasoning.
They call this extreme duty. We call it easy cleanup.
I shoot Anderson because it's a technically superior mil-spec product.
RF85 means no solvent and never oil.
Accurate rounds down the barrel without failure, prove it.
It's an absolute pleasure to handle, operate, maintain, and shoot.
Reliable and accurate.
Change your AR to an AM. Anderson Manufacturing AM15.
This segment of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Hunting Sports Plus and American Whitetail Targets.
You mean to tell me you're giving all this stuff away?
Yeah, not me personally, but we, as in Just Killing Time TV, will give it to you folks at home.
Cool,
Very
man.
soon.
Cool. Folks, let's get right back into action. See if I can kill me a big muley out there in North Dakota.
You got the best guy there is, best cameraman, best looking guy there is. I mean, what else you want?
Yeah, if he can just keep up with me. It's our second morning up here in Town North Dakota. We're up here with the 3 affiliated tribes hunting on the reservation, and we had one of the local guys come out here and show us what looks like a honey hole this morning. So it's enough ground here. Me and Max are going to spend several days in here glassing, just doing some spotting, stalking. Not quite as cold today, still in the 20s. Yesterday it was 1 degree when we left the truck. So we got a lot of miles to put on today. So y'all tag along with us. Let's see if we can get the job done out here today. Pretty country.
"5 minutes out of the truck, and we had spotted our first deer of the morning. And guess what? It's got some headgear. Now, while Buck and I are sizing this deer up, we spot another one. Make that 2 more. A few minutes later, we spotted the reason why all these bucks were heading up through this coulee. After starting with a flurry of activity, day 2 ended without any further deer sightings. As we watched the sun come up on day 3 of our adventure, Buck and I both held high hopes that today would be the day. After 5 miles and no deer sightings at all, we stopped for a quick lunch.
You can see our truck way over there, up on another high point. Me and Max sat in glass for about an hour this morning in that valley where we saw those 3 bucks yesterday. Nothing came up through there, but man, this is a beautiful spot. We crossed the valley and got up on this other high point where Ted, one of the guys from the Buffalo Ranch, told us is a good spot to catch deer traveling, moving back and forth. I mean, we can see forever. I mean, this is beautiful country out here, folks, but I tell you, they had the last 2 or 3 winters, they said it's been bad winters on them. 2 feet of snow, then you get a crust on it and get a little more on top. And it's just been hard on the deer, man. But we figured we'd give it a shot, and it's been tough. This is our 3rd day. We've seen about a dozen deer is all we've seen, so it may take a couple years for this thing to rebound, a couple milder winters for them. But
after finishing up lunch, we continued our loop back to the truck.
We're over 20 miles in to terrain, like you see right over there. All I can say is this old fat boy Lost a few pounds this week so far. Buck's up ahead of me. We're heading to the trucks about a quarter-mile away. So I better get up here in case he jumps something. I'd never hear the end of it if he didn't have a camera with him. And big old muy grande rolled up.
What are you doing, man? It ain't that hot out here today.
Brother, watching that footage reminded me of how rugged that territory is, folks. It's beautiful territory, but it was rugged.
It's beautiful, and I love to see it because he was dropping a few pounds every day. Folks, we're getting into the action. We saw a couple pretty good muleys across those coulees.
Pretty good.
Pretty
one
good.
of them was a shooter. The second one was probably a shooter, and I couldn't get this old boy to take his safety off. He just wants to drag my big butt all over North Dakota. Y'all stick around in a few minutes.
Can I get a word in?
No. We'll be right back, folks. Hang on. We'll be back.
This segment of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Night Muzzleloaders and 30-06 Outdoors, makers of the ladder stand Second Man.
Get a Seymour sight system and see what you have been missing.
The heater bodysuit is a one-garment solution for staying warm on stand. Our warranty is buy it, wear it. If you get cold, we'll give you your money back. No one in the clothing industry has such a warranty or dares to have such a warranty.
This segment of Just Killing Time is made possible by Scorpion Crossbows and Deer Haven Trophy Bucks.
Hey, welcome to this week's Camp Chef Cooking with Puff, and we're going to be looking at what to do with some of that venison that you had left in the freezer from last season. We vacuum pack ours, and that really extends the life and helps the flavor. And we're going to take it out and show you a new twist that for the folks that don't even like wild game, you know, you can fool them every time. It's called Swiss steak venison way. And we're going to hit them just a little bit, both sides. If a meat hammer isn't available, a plastic or melamine saucer will get you by, especially if you're out and about, out in the woods. And you can take that thing and work it like that. And you may go both ways on it. We're going to take and put us some flour in a pan. And a little bit of sugar. Probably about a teaspoonful of salt. Teaspoonful of pepper. Back to our meat. We're going to let the excess water drip from it. Drop it in our flour mixture. Pat it up real nice. Shake the excess off. And put it in our hot oil. We'll brown these equal amount on each side. We have our steaks seared and browned enough, so we're going to take them and place them today in our Camp Chef Dutch oven. We're going to come back to our skillet and add some more shortening. We're going to go ahead and brown us up some flour, make gravy, a little more salt and pepper. This, of course, is to taste. A teaspoon of each, probably for average taster. But to get us a few shakes of Worcestershire sauce, we'll thin it down with some water. We'll add some onion slices. Mushrooms is also great if you like that. And we're going to simmer that a few minutes and get it to a consistency of real thin gravy, because it's going to cook more on our steak and to help tenderize the steak even more. Get our mitts and put it over top of our steak in our Dutch oven today. You've got some choices now. You can either go ahead and cook in the traditional Dutch oven way, out on your open fire with your coals. You can even put it on a burner on very low heat and keep it checked quite often that it doesn't cook too fast and cook dry. Or if you've got an oven, you can just go ahead and put it in the oven. That's one of the easiest ways, about 300 degrees for maybe an hour, 2 hours, depending on the size of your meat, the toughness of your meat. And when it gets tender, it's ready. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Smells awful good coming out of our Camp Chef Dutch oven. Wow. Looks like it's where we want it to be. Nice and tender, falling to pieces. Biscuit, piece of toast, mashed potatoes along the side. How wonderful could be a great hunting camp meal, or just a meal anytime, anywhere. Very easy to prepare with our Camp Chef equipment. You know, for more great recipes like this, go to jkttv.com, Camp Chef Cooking with Puff on the recipe page. Until next week, enjoy.
The Game Sled is a unique game recovery system that comes in 2 distinct models. From its small carry pouch, the Game Sled expands into a super strong game recovery tool.
Anything you want to say, folks at home?
Yeah, you need to have a game sled.
The new Penetrator arrows from Hard Impact Technologies are revolutionizing bow hunting. Their patented weight-forward transferring system, deployed upon impact, delivers the deepest penetration possible into or through your target. Contact them today and make an impact on your next hunt.
It's another jellyhead for a true lock.
With a True Lock chuck tube, you're truly locked and loaded.
Folks, he wouldn't let me get a word in a while ago, but I just want to say I wasn't ready to hand the old gun off to him yet. He hadn't lost enough weight out there tracking across some old buttes and valleys and coulees and whatever you want to call it. But it's Thanksgiving Day. If I close the deal today, I'll hand him the gun.
No, he's just waiting on a book buck. And I told him we've seen a bunch of book bucks that go in the Better Crocker cookbook anyway.
Well, folks, it's our 4th morning out here in North Dakota. Me and Max come in here to another spot Buddy James told us about. Waiting for it to get daylight, and we saw a doe over here on a little knoll over from us, and then here come a buck up over the knoll behind her. I don't know if he was a shooter or not. I don't think so, but they've been seeing a good 4x4 here. So we're going out over here and just see if we can try to cut these deer off and get a better look at them. Y'all tag along with us.
Now, as we were easing out to the edge of this bluff to get a better look at these deer, old Buck sticks his forearm in a cactus. He slides back out the ridge just a touch to dig these cactus out of his arm, and the next thing I know, I hear him say, "Max, there's a shooter."
Yeah, he's coming right down that jaw.
After a few tense moments, this deer heads right into the only spot where Buck can get a shot at him.
You got him. Down there he is. I'll tell you how we got to this point. Well, first off, we come over here for good buddy James, a native up here. Let us come and hunt some of their ground. Me and Max saw some deer way off over here. I mean, 600 yards. So we snuck around here and got up on this other butte, and I happened to set my arms down in a cactus. So after we scouted or spotted these 8 does out here and a couple whitetails as well, I went back behind us. Max still glassing, trying to pull the cactus thorns or whatever you want to call them out of my arm. I had to take all my shirts off and stuff and get them out of my arm. And I'm sitting there digging that out of my arm, and I look back here across this other field and seen this buck coming. And he just come on down and come down this draw right here beside us. Man, it worked out like a charm. But if it wouldn't be for that cactus, we wouldn't have even seen that buck, I doubt, because that was all happening behind us. There you go.
That's probably my buck.
Hey, that's just telling me we're in a good spot, man. James put us in a honey hole.
Yes, he did.
Let's go check this bad boy out, if we can get off this place. Straight down, Max. Can you get through there?
Yeah, I'll get through there.
Man, he's a pretty one, man. You lay your shed down there. I'll let you.
What is he, brother?
Nice 4x4. There's a 5x4 anyway. He's got 2 little eye guards or brows, whatever you want to call them, but this one here will score it. The other one ain't quite an inch. Come on around here, man. Come on around and get on the other side. Get him out of this brush here. Man, what a pretty deer. Nice muley. We've been hunting hard for this guy too, man. It's a 4x5. Count that one there. It's a pretty deer, I tell you. Folks, out here in North Dakota, they've had 2 or 3 bad winters and the numbers are way down. Me and Max has been hunting our tails off. I appreciate him tagging along with me, keeping up with me, and this is some rough country out here as well, but I'd like to thank the 3 affiliated tribes for letting me and Max get a couple tags and come out here and hunt muleys. I'd like to thank James and Ted for putting us on a few deer. Like I said, we saw 12 or 13 glassing this morning, which is probably as many as we've seen the other 2 or 3 days we've been out total. But man, I don't know what to say. I just thank the good Lord for letting us be able to get out and do this and giving us the opportunity. And I'd also like to dedicate this hunt and this deer to my father. My dad got me started hunting at an early age, and we lost him. Tomorrow will be 16 years since my dad passed away, and I sure wish he was here to share this with me. You guys hang in there with us. We'll get this thing out here now the work begins. Now Max is a trigger man the rest of the week. Thank you, Lord.
All I got to say is old big boy, y'all saw it, folks. I was there. I was there to seal the deal. Congratulations on the deer. One thing I need to do before we leave is tell the folks at home how they can win this stuff. Go to our Facebook page, like us. Every 500 likes wins this and more. That's all you need to know, folks. Besides, Iowa had bucks back in North Dakota.
Yeah, that's because we've been laying there for an hour on this butte, and I happened to see the deer coming off behind us. Y'all stay tuned for seeing some next week, because old big boy here getting carried a gun. Let's see if he can have some luck, because I got his back.
Ain't you got something to do, like dig a cactus out of your arm or something?
I'm gonna spray some invisible on me.
Now be invisible.
Next week on Just Killing Time.
I'm in North Dakota. We got a couple days left. The weather's gonna get nasty. I'm gonna see if I can get it done here tonight. Y'all stick around. And my old fingers got a little split on it. My old trigger finger, it's still getting a little itchy.
This is Just Killing Time, presented by Anderson Manufacturing. Just Killing Time is brought to you by Heater Bodysuit, Landmaster UTV, Hard Impact Penetrator Arrows, Game Sled, Seymour Sight Systems, True Lock Choke Tools, Camp Shelf, Alps Outdoors, High Mountain Seasoning, Hunting Sports Plus, American Whitetail Targets, Night Muzzleloader, 30-06 Outdoors, Scorpion Crossbows, and Deer Haven Trophy Bucks. Closed captioning of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Invisible.